Wonderful. Well, welcome to Galactic Goddess Podcast and TV. I'm your host, Rod Anelia, and today, again, we have an incredible guest, incredible woman. She knows so much. Clan Mother, Your Grace, Karen lucyk macdonald. I just didn't want to mess that one up. So thank you so much for coming on. It's so wonderful to see you today.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm really appreciating, your kind invitation. We had a lot of fun things. So people didn't know or they haven't seen my Facebook. I mean, we just did a huge one. We did that Galactic Goddess the other day. So we're gonna start moving that around shortly. But yeah, what's new with you? What's exciting?
I'm doing great. I loved all the information you gave me. I'm looking forward to downloading the Genius and playing with that a bit. I definitely want to get to know that better and use it to start healing, because healing is so multidimensional: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and psychic, because we don't understand how the psychic world affects us, how things we can't see affects us, psychic attacks, just so many things. This world is so much more than what meets the eye, and some of us are really understanding that.
Right.
But it's really cool to find technology that reinforces that understanding that's part spiritual, part technology. So it's bridging the two together, but not becoming codependent on it, like physically, like as far as like putting it into your body, but using it outside of your body. Because I don't think it's a good idea to implant anything into your body. As a person that used to have implants, I can tell you they will cause you lots of problems. So you don't want to do that.
They can. Anyway, there's all sorts of things in implants. It starts really, unfortunately, with the vaccines or something.
Yeah. Too, there's just so much going on out there. So you want to get educated, you guys. We're here to share information, and that's what I really appreciate about Karen, is that she's a wealth of information. She shares it so generously, and she wants people to be healthy, to feel good, and just be good, right?
Be exciting, be wild, be yourself.
I love that. Be exciting, be wild, rewilding.
It's excitation, but it's wild. It's to be savage. Actually, is the right term. It's not a negative term, actually.
So, I love that. And then
little monkey. I'm monkeying around out here. I'm a monkeying around.
I could talk to you about anything. So today, why don't we talk about some 5G, because we're getting 5G in LA. So, that's going to be affecting everyone. And I don't think people understand the ramifications of 5G and how that might actually work.
Yeah, it's really scary. I just took a whole bunch of pictures, because what I did is, there it is. Just doing a girl in Texas. I had literally, give me 10 minutes with the Genius and bang, I could read it and help them. And with reading, it's rad, it's radiation. So that's what psychic reading really is. You have to use this kind of instrumentation. Okay? People can see things and different energies and auras, but to do the delivery of what we need to send back, we need magnetic electrical pulses. So no, I joke. No, I after I talked to you, I was coming back, and this has been really bothering me in Saskatoon, because I've known about this 10, 15, 20 years. This is nothing new. We were getting prepared for this assault back in the quantum days, like 2005, chemtrails, everything, 5G, all this different, stuff, H1N1, whatever, all the vaccine stuff. So we knew this was going to come, and we knew we'd have to get people off the grid. We knew we'd have to go to power down, and we'd have to put a new grid into place, a new system. So it's not about having no technology, it's having the proper type of things. But everyone's going to have to literally unplug, and for that you might as well go camping for a month or two. You'd be amazed what your brain's going to reset. So I think it's really, really amazing. And we've got so many different things. So what I did is I went and took a bunch of pictures, actually, and I've been up there twice, and the poll was just coming up. And if people aren't aware of the dangers of what really the Internet of Things, IoT, what the actual smart meters, and 5G and 6G and 9G, they've all been around. The military's had them for, since 1950, since World War II.
Wow.
So they've got a public version, they've got a military version. And hopefully it didn't work really well for apparently the 5G, because they kept blowing up. They're having problems. So hopefully that'll work too. before it gets too wild. But 6G was what they used as transmitters to communicate to Mars, apparently. So I was talking to Commander Chief Patty Broussard and Drake Bailey. These are some of the things that they've talked about, and different gatekeepers, grid keepers. We're all different grid keepers. I was just going back to what we talked about with the radiation with Dr. Alfred Weber. On Dr. Alfred Weber, Patty and I did a great thing last year on the radiation and some of the new solutions and what we were going to be doing, because already the effects, especially people on the West Coast, were getting much more bombarded earlier because of the Fukushima. So it's a cumulative thing. And I was looking at it, it said, oh yeah, it was moving from the 3D to the 5D, right? The expansion. So that's what we're doing. We're raising the frequencies higher and higher, and Patty's ready to blow it like next week. She's in her alignment thing. But I went to this poll, and I watched this come up, and I was talking. There were some local First Nations there from Cree Nahilwak tribes at a place called Little, like Pound Maker and stuff. So I hang out with different people, go sweat in different areas, and hang out with clans and tribes out in here too. And we talked about it then. And so they went out and they said, oh my gosh, they're surrounding the reserves. And what freaked out Kelly so bad is that when he went out there, he looked, he said, they're not on, we can't find them on our radar. We can't find them on Google Earth. They said, that's right, because they're cloaking stealth and they won't let you see what it is. So it was a huge thing. Like, they think they're protecting the territory when in fact these things are in truth, they can't see them, and half the
Of course, we have Mercury retrograde here, guys. So please excuse us for a minute, but we're talking about 5G and the effects of 5G. And she's getting a little too controversial, so people are stopping it. No, I'm kidding. It's Mercury retrograde. So hopefully she'll pop back on. But for some of you that do know, we are going through a time where 5G is being rolled out to many of the big cities, and these are incredible,
And she came.
There you are.
There we are. Anyway, so we want to, really do this. And see, this is one of the things is that, Trudeau and the government and the cabal and stuff, they're really trying to think that this is like, the Treaty 6 or Treaty 5 or Treaty 10, those do not mean squat in international law because they were never authorized by clan mothers, me being one of them, or a tribe mother. And so they don't even have tribe and clan mothers out here anymore. So all those things were made illegally. So, I went on a rampage yesterday. So, I got on Facebook, and if I can get it there, it's documented. So when I sent it to the mayor, to Charlie Crock yesterday, I also sent it to the tribal chiefs. And again, these guys are paid. You cannot be a tribal chief in ex officio standing and being paid by the same people. It's impossible. It's beyond a conflict of interest. But let's just face it, hereditary chiefs can't get paid by the system. And that's the way it is. And they're not appointed by the clan mothers. So I went out, and I went out a couple of weeks ago, and I looked at this tower. So, this is the kind of stuff that's sitting here. Okay. This is on 3730 Diefenbaker Drive in front of the, there's a church and the Feisty Goat, which we've been having a rampage in this area since things started getting all of a sudden. And I joke not this guy, we heard about these stabbings and everything else, and some are false flags, some are whatever. But my girlfriend's mom, and again, I think it's targeting also on bloodlines. Remember, some ET aliens are half whatever, can see differently than you can, okay, and shapeshift. So they're being targeted specifically. So her mom, there was a thing with the guy with the gold tooth and vandalism. All of a sudden, another couple blocks away, all of a sudden we've got, I just found out last night, it's my girlfriend Towie, her thing Rodney, they got attacked with 3 guys with machete, teenagers. I don't think this is happening. The amount of this is what it's going to do. It's going to make them even crazier. So what did I do? I went down the block, and I got a hold of the firefighters. There's me in front there when I talked to actually to Kelly Bull. Right? So I'm in there taking a look, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm putting things out. And is anyone listening? There's a clan mother plate for you, by the way. You can see. So anyway, and it's too funny because this restaurant that is right next to it here was the restaurant that got hit and vandalized and robbed.
Yeah, because you're saying that 5G has an effect on people's brain waves. Like it does. It's going to affect your mind, right?
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah.
there I went back out. I want to see what's going on. So I went yesterday to take a look, and I saw some people in the parking lot, and started seeing what was going on. I went right up there, and there was a guy actually picking stuff up. So I went and had a talk. Every time they're around there, I'm educating, like, are you at that church? Are you living here? Do you whatever? And you can see the amount of currents that they plan to put through. This is why we're ready to go.
Oh
Okay.
gosh, so scary.
These are military weapons of mass destruction. Okay. I've got the code numbers. Then they've got the smart meter ready to, again, smart technology, right? Smart doesn't mean that you're smart. It means you can be manipulated. That's what it means. It's an insult to tell someone that they're smart.
So when they say smart technology, that means that it's like the technology that can harm you.
That's right. Okay. So the old analogs went this way. So this stupid thing was flashing. So, there you go. There's your Sask power thing, Sask energy. I was doing this 10 years ago when we were out in BC Hydro and Hydro One and stuff like that. I found out who the company was. I'm going after all of them. These are going to be, when you're doing something like this and using our waters, our land, to use them as weapons and scalar technology on the people about to be deployed. And it's being deployed in different increments, right down till I took the barcodes off everything. So I took all these pictures. I got busy last night.
You're a brave woman.
And I did. You can go to Deborah Tavares. You can go to stopthecrime.net. You can go to Stop 5G. AI is all tied in. It's been a massive plan for many, many years. I mean, I just went to something and met with Dr. Courtney Rowland that came in here for, climate justice, Saskatoon, or whatever it was. Just for us. That's what justice means. You don't want justice, just for us.
Just for us. Interesting.
So anyway, I went in there, and also Wanda was there from the College of Nursing. Okay, and I'm a nurse. I'm not registered to them. I'm not their slave. So I can say anything I want. Okay, and that's about speaking the truth. And I can speak to my experience. These are killing people. It's well known what's going on. And so that's why it's so important, because when you see people getting smart meter or low energy or a brain fog, or they're starting to lose their hair, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see on the Genius. I can tell right away, we must have like 20 hearts coming in here. They're having a Facebook parade here. Okay, so then we start reusing it. These machines will act like a magnetic, like a pulsed energy orgone generator. So it's like a Wi-Fi. You're going to have your own thing that will actually, what's called reverse engineer or reverse technology. Okay? So that's why people feel, oh my gosh, I just feel so much relief.
Yeah, because it's so stressful to have all that energy pulsing into you, right? All the time. It's stressing your body out, it's stressing your organs, it's stressing your mind, that it's like being fried.
Yeah, and that's what happens. That's when we start re-energizing. They're starting to get all those chakras back, and oh my gosh, the 20 hearts coming in.
Beautiful.
I got to just, it's too funny to see all this coming in here. I wish I had a third camera, but that's like too much. I got internet here all over. So when I, wrecked my knee back here, this is wounded knee, by the way. Like you said, it was almost a year plus, right? That's how we're going to define time now. Present, in the gift of the time, right? It's the future minus the past is the present. But yeah,
I like that. The future minus the past is the present.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And on the Aztec calendar. So, this is kind of fun. So this is where it gets in here, and like I said, I can grab anyone now. Just like upgrading, you can make a difference with people, and they can feel it. And there was the thing, it said computer monitors, right? There was the radiation coming in on one of the girls today here. I'll just show here to the audience too. Right? So you could actually see stuff here. So, I mean, she was just blown. So this is the kind of technology that, we want to go into. Okay. So, again, that's part of the pole shift. And like I said, we're looking at some of the stuff I talked about, we've got lots of help out there, but good gosh, guys, all those Arcturians in their ships couldn't move a dent basically in the ozone here because it's too bad.
Wow. Why is that? I couldn't imagine how that.
Well, we're going to have to reap a little bit what we did, but at this point, we're going to have to raise the frequencies. You got to remember, for clans and tribes and original peoples, this kind of radiation is just absolutely deadly. But if had hybrid and was spliced with other genetics like grays or Angers or whatever, things like that, reptilians, they've got different blood, you know, iron versus, and so some are grounded, some are not. So it doesn't affect everyone's genes the same way. That's why you can't deliver medicine the same way. I'm not Chinese. I don't need traditional Chinese medicine. Like, you know, my ancestors, my babas had little different medicines, but Shaga Rishi still grows in these areas here in the walk around Saskatoon by the University of Saskatchewan here, you know, and we need to decolonize people. And this is why these simple things like, here it is. There's the steam pot going, guys. There's your herbs and steam for vaping. This is a great way to do cannabis.
What do you have today in there?
I have about 40 things. What's their secret recipe? I got the hot plate on, and literally, I put 40 herbs in here.
Wow.
As I said, something's bound to do it. So you can actually take, as people know for First Nations, you can actually take your smudge stuff in there and put them in the thing and vape it.
That's pretty cool because it's easier to take than it is with a smoke all the time.
Yeah, you should be doing this. It's got different, it penetrates this way. Here it just kind of lingers with the steam and the water and the minerals. It actually penetrates into the. Okay, so this is just another way of doing smudging, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager, by the way. Okay.
Yes, I love that.
Aromatherapy, we have this, and like I said, basically the genius is replacing. People think that this. So if you were a low energy being with all those yellows and everything, guess what your readings are going to be? Who are you channeling? Okay, these are in frequencies too. So even your heart chakra, if you're not in a whole bunch of greens and purples, my gosh, you know.
So basically people that are doing it for others and they're not in their highest frequency, you can cause damage.
Muscle testing, because of their different frequencies, a lot of their polls are even wrote, like, you know, they'll give you exactly the wrong answer, right? People for this kind of crap. And the thing is, you shouldn't be reading other people. That's energy. No one reads me. It's my energy. It's not there. I'm not here to even open up chakras. Okay? Hold your own. That's what self-empower is being about. So literally, I joke not, I took everything in here. I don't care if you even just open up a couple tea bags. They still like these ideas. That's what we do to protect ourselves. I'm telling you what we can do. Go to Project Ascension too. I've spent a year doing that. I spent it with Patty. We've done enough stuff. You know, we just with Terry Joyce and Romola D. Anyway, that's what's in here. I literally took 10 different bags of mixtured stuff. I took them to my David Wolf NutriBullet. And I just dumped them in. So I don't care if you get, you know, bay leaves. I don't care if you put oregano. Just make sure they're clean. Put some salts in. If you want it alkalized, you can do that too. And then you just steam it up. Occasionally what I'll do is I'll put a few aromatherapy oils, you know, but literally here's the thing that, you know, the girls were watching the other day when I did that thing with you. In 2 days, she said, I can't get over. I can sleep now. The pain stopped. We took a tea bag. So for those people that know what I was doing the other day, we took a tea bag. I threw out 3/4 of it into that's what's still in here. That's still
wow. Okay.
Okay, so I still reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what I did is I added another 20, 30 herbs in here, ground them down. I put some zeolite this time, and I put activated charcoal. And I put a little bit of stevia because I have a bit of a sweet tooth myself, but stevia is really amazing. I opened it up in there, just put a little bit more of those herbs in, and you can put some coconut oil because I've got girls around here in Warman. I've got that Warman Tower just went in. Shelby just called me. And I'm not doing a joint. Okay, and if you want, put some coconut oil on it too. You know, you can do that because see how it gets really kind of like lubricated?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay. And you just put it in.
I did that once, and I actually, because it really, within about 10 minutes, it's so saliva, you don't even notice it's in there.
Wow. I got to try that today.
Paper thin, and all of a sudden her skin, they're, you know, wow, they're seeing better, they're hearing better, they're sleeping better. It acts like a little bit, if you put the activated charcoal like I did in here too, guess what it's acting like? A Faraday cage, guys. Guess where the radiation and the 5G and everything's coming, the Fukushima, thyroid, fifth chakra. No blue up there.
Hashimoto's. Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people in California have Hashimoto's here. Thyroid issues, big time here. So, yeah, I have 0 iodine in my body. I had to take supplements, kelp supplements.
Yeah. And it's grounding. It's very grounding in here, you know? So then I'm just going to steam this up here again, but it's the same thing. You know, you want that to be alkaline, or you can put some baking soda in. So get your litmus paper or get it slightly alkaline. This has been like the best thing. And like we said, that tea is the same thing as this tea. So whether you want to do loose tea, a couple tea bags, a blended bag, just get something really wild. Like I said, it's the same thing that's up there in my, it's not an IV, it's an enema bag. Any nurse that's worth her weight in salt, which means soul, by the way, has her soul intact, is going to be teaching you that. Not putting IVs in. And this is the replacement for chemo, radiation. This for women, tumors are going, you know, all sorts of stuff. Now, one of the things I love too is this, you know, we showed you how to make those kind of little yoni pearls. You can make it yourself with tea bags. I've done that for people in less than a few seconds.
Wow.
But this is, again, it's the same thing like this. It's basically a tea bag or a potpourri, and you can get them online, or for crap's sakes, just make your own. It's a peanut. That's compressed herb. That's what you can just do with some cheesecloth, and it's just greased up and it's put in here. You know, some of the other things I did for some people here is I went and got some ozone. Okay, so if you don't have an ozone generator, this is why I pay $30 for nothing stuff when you can get bug bite. What's pure ozone 303? But this is all your hemp oil, olive oil, ozonated, because it takes 3 weeks to make ozonated oils. And when I started having some of this stuff show up, I don't have time. But right now, sitting in my my girlfriend's post office, but her mailbox and stuff outside, is a whole bunch of all these little things for my girlfriend, because she's going off the roof, and I know that's what happened in December. Because I'm so sensitive to energies and glyphosate. You just have to do one thing, and nanotech starts going wild. You know, so if you can get a colon hydrotherapy, that's actually what I'd recommend. So I think this is amazing. And I do, like, you know, chocolate suppositories for men and women too, but this seems to be very quick.
And what is this doing exactly to you? Is it helping with toothaches? Is it just bringing in the vitamins and
you're going right in the blood system. You're going right in, and you absorb about 80 to 90% in what's called the buccal, but your gums. Okay, the blood supply. You know, if you ever, right, the blood out here. Coming up and through. And so what happens, if you actually swallow one of these little pills and go down the hatch, what's going to happen is that you absorb less than 5% with all the biofilm and the slime.
Wow.
What are you getting?
Wow.
What are you getting? Like one morsel out of here, and you expect it to go and be broken down through all this?
That's amazing.
So between here and your butt, I don't know if you realize, is about 30, 40 feet. Because I decolonize people as a colon hydrotherapist. So here to here is not 3 feet. Try a 3-story building. What are you going to think if I went to the 3rd story and dropped this down the plumbing system? Like, what the hell was people? What the hell?
You explain things so well.
I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. But that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are using that. Like, they put their
well, here it is.
Here.
You know, I teach people, at least if you're going to take pills, you know, go get, I'm so excited, actually. I'm doing another thing. I just can't do this yet because I just got this in from Tony Nevis. It's from Banff. It's my Nevessence oils. And they look like this. So that's Nevessence oils out of Banff, right? I said no, because I'm going to do a YouTube, because I'm so excited, in a Facebook Live, because this is so precious to me. He's my gardener. He's the most exciting thing you can get. Food is not this. It's not bananas. It's this. This feeds your soul. I can get birch oil, frankincense oil into your blood, into the plasma. You put this in, it ain't going into your blood right away. You'll be lucky if you get a drop. This can go in. And so that's actually why you can get empty veggie caps like this, right? And you fill these up then. So instead of herbs, if I really wanted to get something, I could put some lemon in. So 1 drop of lemon is like you taking 10 drops of lemon.
Wow.
1 drop of peppermint is like you taking 26 cups of peppermint tea.
Amazing.
Okay, so again, you can fill them up or dilute them or not dilute it. Because if you're acidic, right? I mean, I'm going to add this into my water. I'm going to add it into my steam pot here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to encapsulate it, and I can swallow it.
Which one is that?
This is going to be my, lemon, orange, oregano, thyme. It doesn't matter. Fill the whole capsule. when people are ill, we go up to between 3 and 8 capsules a day. Okay. And I can also go in and put some of those oils in here.
That's so nice. Yeah.
So it's not just aromatherapy. What you're doing is you're actually smudging and you're changing the electrical magnetics. Remember, with the trine, that trine, as I said, will move a locomotion. So even you can see as my hand's going through, it's going to change. You don't think it's going to change the aura in the blood? It will. So when I broke my ankle and my knee, it was sitting like this to help generate field around it.
That makes so much sense. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If you know traditional Chinese medicine, where's your actual root chakra spot? As far as I'm, the 0 is actually like this. I'll just show you. This is how you used to smudge, by the way, with the smudge bowl. Okay, so people have never seen, just go 3 ways this way, but that's actually how you should be smudging, just letting it come up here and just even vape. You got natural clothes like I have, which are all like hemp and bamboo.
Nice. It can breathe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they do, the Pachamamas or the clan mothers and the tribe mothers in here, is we let it vape up. Okay, so this is actually how we do this. Okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I've done many a show, and sometimes you just don't know what I'm doing because you usually see me from up here.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for people saying, "Oh, I'm too busy. I can't take time." Sit on it.
Sit on it.
I mean,
that's incredible. I mean, it's just, that's so healing. I want to smell it. I think it smells so good already, even though I can't smell it.
Well, speaking of that, that's when we start doing power plays and doing the biofeedback. I've actually done it. Radionics goes in this. You can actually send flower essences and aromatherapy, and I can send it through the Genius, and you'll probably start smelling it.
Wow.
I can send enough copper here if you're deficient. I have people that will, from here to there. When I did Andrew Mallet, just look up when I did biofeedback with him at Project Ascension, high enough that he could taste the copper like a coffee penny, or they'll taste like they've got aluminum foil if they're deficient in something.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so remember, these plates can then make anything. So it's not just about scanning you and looking at your pictures.
Yeah.
It's also about making remedies, because I'm hoping with all the pull shifts, these are not bad things happening, guys. Those dams have to come, the water has to flow. So all the flooding is because people are in the wrong places and they've been damming water that does not belong to them. In order to have your free energy and stuff like that, and the way things were tens of thousands of years ago, we have to open it up.
It makes so much sense.
And that's the original deal. All the things are off with all these contracts and stuff. So there's no contract with Canada, states, anything else. There are international laws coming in, and those 6 planetary treaties are now taking force and effect. You should be celebrating this. So anyway, I wanted to just, put that in here. Like I said, this is at steamychick.com. I just listened to Kelly. Do it yourself. Who can't get a hot plate in it?
That's wonderful.
The very high tech stuff here, and I've got to run here in about literally 5 minutes. The high tech stuff here, if you want the same idea, this is the other version of it. Okay, so then your steam and your tea goes in here. It starts steaming up. Same idea. And then you can sit on it and put your crystals and stuff too. So again, there's another way to,
What is that one called again?
This one is called from Red Tent Wellness.
Red Tent, okay.
Yeah. So that's at Red Tent Wellness. And this is the do-it-yourself version.
Wonderful. Thank you.
150 hot plate. Take it yourself. And you can do this camping and stuff like this. The women used to do it with natural elements, obviously. That's what a sweat lodge was. That was in the women's, what you call red tent. I'm teaching you the original lodge things that have been missed. Chuck and skull, in our areas here, that's why it's so important that we go back and respect the original women with their stuff. And again, that's what targeting is going on.
So, don't you think like all the witch hunts and all of the attacks that have been on women have been about releasing those rituals, or forgetting how to heal ourselves, how to be feminine, leaders in our lives.
It's for targeting what we call the mtDNA, like my bloodline. They went after my children. That's what MK Ultra is about. Their father and all the Illuminati Jesuits and the Cabal and Chinese Mafia and everything that they were connected to, and their pedophilia rings are coming down now, because we know who you are. And make no mistake, but that's why I spent all this time learning all the oils and to reverse, because it's the genetics that we can't have it in the next generations.
No.
We're going to have to look at raw foods, superfoods. We're going to have to look back to land-based training.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these things, we're taking back those systems. We have a lot of very great people in them, but we're going to take them back. You've got the military within the military, and that's what Patty and Trump are doing now. And this is the lands we're protecting. Our airspace right now is under International Air Force. We've got a grid lockdown here, and we're going to clean out the area. They can't leave. We're going to clean it out. And we have scorched earth policy, which means you better be in the right place at the right time. Okay, and we've seen what stuff has happened, like in Paradise, California, and stuff like that, you know, and what the destruction can be. But again, you need to be in the right place. And so this is where practicing your original customs, usages, and laws is going to happen. Like, you know, up here, we got to be up on the shield if there's the flood. Saskatoon is the bottom of the cesspool. 5,000 feet at Banff right now. You know?
Yeah. No, the mountains. It's good to be elevated. But can you just speak a little bit about the lockdown? Just maybe, I know you have to go.
Has been put into place for violations of international treaties, just like these guys here. I'm telling them, you know, you put that 5G, you're going to be, that's an act of war, an act of treason. So you're going to be accountable to us and the international forces, and we don't take prisoners as you see it Gitmo is happening. There's no such thing as diplomatic immunity here. There isn't. Okay? And so violating international military martial law, we got a whole different set of courts for these people. Okay.
And those are happening. There's a lot of indictments. There's a lot of indictments people don't know about, thousands and thousands.
And that's nothing compared to when they start coming up here. And that's it. It's not going to hit the public sector, but it is hitting the public sector because you're hearing about it. Yeah. And so that stuff has been out. The Hollywood, the NXIVM, the Ninth Circle, the pedophile rings, half the royalties going down, Hollywood's going down. How much more do you need to do? And I mean, this is fake media going to show you? No, that's why I put mine up. I put it all over. I said, I already got a hold of the Saskatoon Fire Department. I went to Saskatoon News. I went to the Star Phoenix. I went to everything around here. But I mean, I've been telling people and screaming at people for like 5 years, 10 years, telling them stuff. Even here, I've educated people even here. Even my roommate over here. And have they gone to make a phone call? Have they gone to make a Facebook? Have they gone to actually do something and stand up? No, because they're apathetic. And, you know, you can't, that's not how you're going to get things done. And we've done stuff from our jurisdiction so that we can get them arrested. So when they do things with Alfred Weber or the International Galactic and Andromeda Councils, you know, but we can only do so much. And the people have to stand up for themselves. And you can see 60,000 people and 80,000 people in Fort McMurray that didn't. So, you know,
that's true. I think, you know, part of this process is people have to wake up during, you know, and it's so incredible that you have so much fire and energy and, you know, passion to share, but people sometimes have to learn, like they have to wake up. Unfortunately, they end up getting sick instead, you know, and so.
No necessity for it. You know, even when I get stuff, like I joke not, like, you know, I have people here that can't read a label that says number 9 on their food stickers. You know, what are we supposed to do with people? You know, yes, it shouldn't be there, but what are you going to, you know, make the excuse like, sorry, I can't read it? You know, I spend more time trying to educate stuff in here. And I mean, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So what I want to do is suggest people get the litmus paper we talked about, get the control, findaspring.com. If not, like Saskatoon, I send everyone to Twig and Squirrels. But why are you paying for water? We got a perfectly great spring that I go to. If the grid goes down, which I hope it does, I've got a month's supply, actually got almost 2 months supply in there.
So everyone should have water, you know.
I'm ready to camp. I'd rather be in a nicer environment, but, you know, I'm prepared either way. You know, but I have an international treaty. You know, most people can't even tell me their blood type, let alone who they belong or who they're with. So anyway.
I heard that, I mean, last before we leave, but I heard that that the O negatives were, like, they weren't allowed to release that anymore. Like there was a gag order to not let people know that.
In some areas, but you can go to amazon.ca or .com and get an Eldon card, ELDON, and get your blood type.
An Eldon card.
Eldon card. It looks like a little recipe card, ELDON. You can just go blood typing card. Well, if the Red Cross and the blood, you know, services can do that, well, why can't you? I mean, come on. You can get them online. So, you know, you're going to be able to take some responsibility for what they're doing. So anyway, if you'll excuse me,
yes. Thank
you
you so much for coming on. It's just always wonderful to talk to you. I hope you have a beautiful day. You guys, I am going to put some of these links below. I just have to read it again. Oh, there it is. Wow, incredible. You guys learned some great tips.
You didn't even notice it wasn't even affecting
No, it wasn't affecting
it in here
at all.
No, you can leave it overnight, but I mean, I start leaving it in because you're just getting, why not? I mean, if you do it at home patches, doing it this way with steam or this way is 80%, 80 times more effective than taking a pill. It is. You know, come on, let's just, it's delivery, and that's where the blood is. So is above, so below, by the way.
Yes.
You know that analogy.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks. Be great. Maybe we'll see about getting a pie or something too here. A lot of stuff is going to be happening. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful day.
Absolutely.
And I am really glad that you're going to be joining us on the Genus. It's amazing. And
I'm so excited.
Chat line and everything else, and a 1-800 number and all sorts of stuff. And we got lots of stuff exciting. She's giving some manuals away and stuff for people that want to start. And, you know, like I said, there's something for everyone at every level there.
Yes, yes.
You know, if you got a phone, you got an iTab, you got an iPad, there's something for you at every level. And it doesn't even have to cost anything.
Yep.
Really, they're putting it out for 2 weeks for a couple. I mean, what? This is life-saving information. That might just be the one herb or the one pH or one of those things might be that little golden nugget that you require.
It's so true. It's incredible. I learned so much just by going on it that one time. So I'm going to play with it and see what I can come up with. And
I'm helping to mentor. I mean, I do this. That's what I do for 10 minutes. I do free demos. Like, that's what I do back here.
Amazing.
We're in this particular environment. Like, that's why, you know, we looked at Chiquita, you know, salon out in here in Confed. And I'm like, I'm not going in there till they clean it up. There's 4 smart meters on that thing. The radio's sitting there. One of the girls got shocked. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous. The energy, the magnetics, like, we got cars that aren't starting, not just this. So don't think it's all the, you know, the inside government. That's part of the magnetic fluxing hitting your computers now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
yeah, the gamma waves are woo.
Yeah, they are. And I love it all purple up there. Thank you, Pat. 700, not 100. I'm just gonna go. She goes, raise it. We're gonna go higher. We're gonna go higher. Right? Can you handle it? Yeah, we can handle it. She goes, do it. Yeah, go higher. How are you and the children?
I have to meet her. It's incredible. I have to get you both on at the same time. That'll be a power hour.
That's exactly what it is. It's about getting empowered, right? We're already in the purple range. We already live up there. We're at that frequency. We can handle it.
We can handle it. We have been handling it. So.
We have to handle it. They told me I have to handle it. I don't have a choice. I said, you gotta handle it, Karen. Is that Clem? There was the tartan and a couple swords and life and death and war and peace, and let's get her going. We'll back you up.
Wonderful.
You know? Well, don't lose your power. Don't get disempowered. Don't fool around with guys.
Yeah.
Those lands, girl.
Center. Right? Bringing it all in. Bringing it back in. Inscension. I love that. Inscension. And we're bringing it back home here where it belongs.
Well, you know, we're going to bring it into the mother's land, you know, and I want to thank you and everyone else that's in the viewing audience. It's really kind of fun. I got a lot of people in there.
Hi, guys.